Hey, all, Father Jim Haney from St. Paul's in the Plains in Lubbock. We're in the middle of October, which in the Haney house means that we watch a lot of horror movies. Now that we're empty nesters, I tend to watch more of them than Renee does, but I enjoy good horror movies. Probably one of the genres I really enjoy as my guilty pleasure is zombie movies. Zombie movies were not really invented until I was 5 years old. They've been in my lifetime that they've been popular. They're popular, I think, because they reflect what really frightens us in our culture. Every culture has monsters and scary things that frighten them. The Victorians were afraid of losing control to the dark side of their personality, and so vampires were very scary to the Victorians. Well, I think zombies are our equivalent. What are we afraid of? What are zombies like? Well, I think of a couple of my favorite horror movies from the late 70s. There is the great movie Dawn of the Dead. It's later remade. It's also a good remake, but I prefer the original. In that movie, the zombies are relentless in their pursuit of humans. They have no other need than to consume human beings, consume flesh, to be cannibals. And yet, paradoxically, the human beings have taken refuge in a shopping mall. The shopping mall has just about everything they would need. There are just a few of them in this mall. They've got the doors boarded up, so they're well defended. There's lots of stuff there. And in the 1970s, that's kind of a dream. What more do you need than all these consumer goods at your beck and call? So ironically, the people that are hiding from the zombies, who have an insatiable need to consume, ironically, they're hiding in a mall that caters to our need to consume as well. And I think that's what frightens us about zombie movies so much. Losing control, not really having any purpose or meaning in life other than to be a consumer. My other favorite zombie movie is Return of the Living Dead from the 1980s. It's kind of a comedy and a parody of zombie movies. But there's a great scene where the paramedics are checking out a couple of guys who've been exposed to the zombie chemical, and their bodies are 72 degrees room temperature. Their blood pressure is 0/0. They're dead, and yet they're walking around and talking. How can we be dead if we're walking around and talking? Well, they're turning into zombies. And I think that's also very frightening to us, that we're moving and living on the outside, but inside our lives are dead and empty and meaningless. And so I enjoy zombie movies, and I think they do reflect on what scares us most as a culture. So this October, if you're watching zombie movies, have fun. If you like vampires or mummies or whatever, have fun with those too. But also think about ways to be non-zombies in our world. How can we care about each other? Where can we find meaning and purpose? I think one of the key places is the way Jesus summarizes the law. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Serve others, serve God. That's the way to find true life, not the empty life of stumbling around, needing to consume, but true life, the kind of life Jesus brings. With that thought, I'll leave you. Have a happy run-up to Halloween. God bless.